Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing, a quick stock market update. It's having a really rough day, and it's no surprise to anybody here at Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing News and Weather Authority, as we just broke our groundbreaking to YouTube, our Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing sister station, Michigan, on Facebook, and simulcast here on YouTube. Michigan snow forecast gold standard, right? We do winter weather forecasting and predicting, and snowstorm tracking and forecasting as storms pre-develop, develop, and then execute what they're going to do. Check out that on Facebook. And it's sponsored by VGCI News and Weather Authority, right? Michigan snow forecast gold standard. Links are below down in the description, right? And it's going to be very exciting. There's going to be lots of updates. We're going to be doing weekly forecast, daily forecasts as we work our way deeper into the fall. In the wintertime, we do daily updates and we do weekly updates. And then as we get into the fall, we start to track winter storms. And that's what I love to do. And we're waiting for the first winter storm to develop out into the future on the model so we can start to track it and forecast it, right? We're about 4 weeks away from the first snowstorm attacking the high plains, usually. Maybe a week or two away from the high mountains out in the Pacific Northwest. Yellowstone out there, already seen some snow over the weekend. So as we get a big storm to develop, we'll start tracking it, right? Right now, we're just going to look at the long range. But here in the long range that we've been looking at in this phenomenal, glorious, gorgeous, all jabroni enticing, Fed-induced rising channel after the COVID pump, we've been having a Vincenzo industry exclusive watch out right here in that circled area, right here. See that? And we said, as soon as you break this, we've been warning you for quite some time now, a few months. As soon as you break that, you're coming into, like we always say, in the 3-hour time frame. You're coming to the 200-day moving average, which you're about there now because this is the daily time frame. And then you'll trade. And then if you break that, you got a long way down. You got to come to the technical target in this, which is the bottom of the wedge, which would be way down here. And that's why we've been advertising a big stock market collapse along with a cryptocurrency collapse. And that's your technical target, is the bottom of the wedge, $25,641.69 in a violent, volatile, hyper volatile up and down action. But that's a 30% crash, and that could happen really quick and catch a lot of people off guard. And then from there, the Fed would go insanely crazy, start printing a bunch of money, and you get another rising channel and a bearish continuation pattern, right? Because you take the stops up and you take the elevator down. And then as we do future price forecasting, you would build a continuation pattern, a bearish one like this, building the steps up, and then you would building the steps up like that, and then you would do the targeted move from where we think the top of this is to potential bottom, and that would bring you to another leg down to 18,000. And we do believe that is another long-term target, right? And we do believe we're going down there, right? And that's how this could work in the stock market. You take the elevator up always, or you take the stairs up always, you see? Look at every time. You take the stairs up. Look at right here. Take the stairs up. Bam! Elevator flushes you down. Then you move along to another collapse. You take even longer stairs up during the COVID, Donald Trump years, stairs up. COVID, bam! Comes down, right? And then now you're coming back up on the stairs and you're about to flush back down in the elevator. Another great time that you had this happen was the 2000s, but that was a NASDAQ crash. But when you had the stock market collapse, the housing market, you took the steps up and then bam, took the elevator down, right? That's how it always happens, and you're about to do that again. This is just another warning, what Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing's been warning about in the stock market and the housing market and the whole financial ensuing collapse that's coming in a debt bubble, a sovereign debt crisis in the United States. We don't have enough money to pay our debts. We're the biggest debtor nation in the world, and we're going to default. We're going to default on our debts. We're going to continue to have massive inflation like we are now, product shortages like we're having now. Supply chains are a mess and only getting worse, and skyrocketing energy costs this winter in the United States and Europe is having an energy crisis. In Europe, they're already pre-warning as the fall goes in and the cold air starts to spread south from northern Siberia into Europe. You're going to have an energy crisis where lots of people may freeze to death because they don't have the energy or can't afford the extremely high prices. You're having 50 and all-time year highs in natural gas. Same in the U.S. We're having a huge 400% increase from the year-over-year price in natural gas. You're going to have supply shortages, price increases 50, 60, 70% higher than last year. It's going to be an extremely brutal winter with this massive unconstitutional fiscal and monetary policy that's continuing under the Joe Biden and getting worse under the Joe Biden administration. They're outside the law. They don't obey the law, so everything's fair game, and everything's going to continue to get worse. And you can see the stock market's finally starting to incorporate some of that in there, because the Fed said because of inflation, they may start to taper by the end of next month. And of course, we know if they taper even $1, the whole thing falls apart. And you're seeing that the last 3 days now as the stock market's starting to price in. If they taper or just slow down asset purchases, these prices in the stock market are way too high, and they're going to have to crash in order to come down to anywhere near what a valuation should be in any of these companies. So what's going to do is this will keep collapsing until the Fed comes back out, Jerome Powell with his dick up his ass, and says we're going to stop our tapering for at least a year, and we're going to increase our asset purchases, and that will stabilize the stock market temporarily. But it's only temporarily. And first, we need to get about a 10 to 16% drop in the stock market from current price before he'll even think about doing that. Like, subscribe, and share. Peace and love.